When we go into arguments, if you go in with the mindset that you're right and your opinion is right and he is wrong in this decision and this discussion,
have that feeling like I'm right, so we're gonna butt heads, and we create this battle that we never intended to.
All right, so we are back in the kitchen with our kitchen couples, Mike and Diane, and Eric and Kara. Okay, so defensiveness. It is so tempting, isn't it? To kind of slip into that mode. I know that's something that we've struggled with over the years. That when, not me, right? But it is, it's tempting to slip into that because then you actually don't have to own it.
Yeah. So my challenge is not slipping into it. I sit in it. I just, you know, in going through this, I mean, it's just being very real that we all struggle and are challenged by these kind of things. We're not advising, we're having a discussion, right? That apprises us of this and continuing the work. This is a process, not a destination. You never get there. And for me personally, what I just heard is, Mike, just say yes, right? And so when she's talking to me about something, I want to explain everything. I want to talk for days. Well, let's talk about this. I'm going to give you an answer for every. Sometimes I just need to just say yes. You're right, honey. So epiphany for me today.
And that can be hard because generally as guys and I guess women to some extent as well, we just have that pride. We just that
we all have pride. I think we all have pride.
It's not all about my problem. I think. You have the problem, so you try to fling it back at them in defensiveness, and that, as he says, escalates the problem.
I don't know, for us, we've been together for 33 years, married for 25, and I am still learning. The big thing with me, I'm not a very confrontational person. I don't like arguments.
I hear you.
I hear you. That's just not, I don't like that stuff, right? So when we do have our moments, I've had to learn, and still learning, that my words, because I'm one that would say, well, you always. Well, could you never, like you always do that, or why won't you ever do this, or like my words, and I'm like, and it would drive him crazy because don't say always, or don't say never, right? And I have to catch myself because those words are powerful. They're very powerful. And so you have to just learn to use better words.
And unfortunately, sometimes in my case, they are true. But
well, the more newlyweds over here probably never use always.
Absolutely not. We would never. But I find too an importance when fighting fair or going into a discussion is realizing that you might not always be right, because sometimes I feel when we go into arguments, if you go in with the mindset that you're right and your opinion is right and he is wrong in this decision and this discussion,
have that feeling like I'm right, so we're gonna butt heads, and we create this battle that we never intended to, because like if they're on the defense, that means someone's on the offense and someone's on the attack there.
That's right.
And
this is supposed to be safe, so going in with an open mindset of, you know what, we need to discuss this, we need to talk about it, instead of going in with, you always do this, you never pick up your
with
socks.
those absolutes that you were talking about, just you're creating a spot where they need to defend themselves when you are the one that protects them. You are the one that defends them, but now you're creating for them to actually defend against you.
Oh, I've heard it said that at the end of an argument, if there seems to be a clear winner and a loser, actually you're both losers. You both lost because it affects the relationship. And so
I love that.
It's got to be that win-win because that means the relationship has been strengthened through it. And you see conflict and an argument even as a grounds for growing and learning more about each other and say, okay, well, you see it that way. Okay, well, you have to trust that perspective is real for her. Even though I might not agree with it, but it's real for her. So and I love her, so I want to try to understand her perspective and let's get a win-win.
When you do have some kind of a conflict and one of you gets defensive, really what you need is to know that the other person gets it. whatever it is I'm trying to share with you, if you get defensive immediately, you're telling me, I don't get what you're trying to say. I just don't get it. But I need to know that you get it. So if you kind of take the step back, and like Kara said, you enter into it not thinking, well, I'm right. I'm just going to wait for her to stop talking so I can let her know that it's all about her, or whatever, vice versa. Then if you take a step back, then you're actually saying to your spouse, okay, I get it. I validate your point. What you're saying there is important, and it makes sense. And okay, so I'm going to own some of this here.
Right.
I think it's important.
Yes, I got that.
Okay, so
It's good stuff.
he's owning his stuff, and we're all owning our stuff. That's good, because otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. So, great discussion, guys.
Yeah, were you going to say something else? I know I saw you.
I wanted to mention sometimes when we're in an argument or a fight, we've done it maybe once, and we want to continue doing this, where we kind of stop, we think, and be like, you know what, we haven't allowed God to be in the center of our relationship in a while. Maybe it's been a few days since we did our devotions together. Maybe it's been a week or a few weeks, maybe at some times. And we need to put God back in the middle, because if we add God to our relationship, God is love.
Yeah.
And you'll just be adding some more love into your relationship.
I like that. I like that. We want to do a future show, guys, on praying together as a couple. So we're going to talk about that and the importance of that. So that's so good. Just that reminder. Yeah,
Add
excellent.
God and stir.
There you go. Yeah, good stuff.
All right. Thanks, everyone. And we have more to come with The Better Us.
Yes.
Don't go away.
Stay with us.